if you're looking for a little fright to kick off Halloween this year, have I got some creepy cards for you. Topps Project 70 is an excellent place to start. Practically any card from this small issue is a horror show. Bryce Harper as a demon, Tatis as Predator, Acuna Jr., even the Mick didn't survive these artists' recreations. 2024 Topps Update had a Halloween jack-o'-lantern parallel and a skeleton parallel, because of course they did. 2023 Topps Update also had some ghoulish variations. If you went to the 2025 National in Chicago, it's possible you came across a show-only issue, the wild card monster hit Monster Hunt Rookie of Paul Skeens. There were a couple of them. 1988 Leaf issued a Baseball's Greatest Gross-Outs set. They weren't based on real players, but they certainly hit the zeitgeist of the Garbage Pail Kids era. Gross-Out Glenn, Leapin' Louie, Twisted Brother, and Snaky Pete were among the favorites of that obscure but seasonally appropriate set of baseball cards. But before that was the 1966 Fleer Weirdos cards, with monsters galore doing their best baseball player impressions. Or perhaps you remember the 1975 Topps Wacky Packs, which came with a few stickers and some bubblegum. 9 different checklist backs combined to form the scary Beast Ball puzzle, advertising creepy cards and shocking bubblegum. I've never seen one of these assembled in person, but that would be a nice addition to any collection of baseball macabre. But perhaps the creepiest baseball card of all time is the 1974 Topps Dave Kingman. Some say this card is merely a result of a moving crowd and a misaligned f-stop. Zooming in, however, we see that perhaps there might be something a little more to it. Faces stretched and distorted, the crowd looks right out of a painting by Edvard Munch. There have even been reports of boxes with this card in it losing their lids without explanation, as if the card refuses to be confined. They say baseball is a game of stats, skill, and superstition. For one collector, though, it became a game of survival. Joshua Waitman was a big collector, not just any collector, but a purist. He swore by the integrity of vintage cardboard and the musty scent of decades-old bubblegum. Every Saturday he scoured flea markets and garage sales across upstate New York, searching for holy grails in shoeboxes. In the fall of 2023, at a fog-covered estate sale in a forgotten corner near Lake Champlain, Josh stumbled on a battered binder marked 1974 Topps Complete in faded marker. His heart pounded as he flipped through the pages. The Johnny Bench was there, the Reggie Jackson was there, and then there it was, card number 140, Dave Kingman. The photo didn't seem right, though. Instead of the normal shot of Kingman mid-swing in his San Francisco Giants uniform, this card showed him sitting alone in the dugout, his eyes staring directly into the camera, too directly. Josh blinked. Did Topps release an alternate version of this card? The back of the card was just blank. Josh laughed it off, assuming it was some bizarre printing error or a prank. He bought the binder and brought it home. But that night, strange things began to happen. The card seemed to move. He was sure of it. At first, just a little. One morning it was face up when he remembered leaving it flipped. Then it vanished from his desk and reappeared in one of his boxes, lid slightly askew. He tried locking it in a safe, but the next day it was tucked beneath his pillow, cold and stiff as a corpse's palm. Then the dreams began. Each night, Josh found himself in a shadowy dugout. He'd sit on the splintered bench beside Dave Kingman, who never moved, just watched. His eyes glared like blackened pearls, and always, somewhere in the shadows, came the crack of a bat, but no cheering followed, only the soft thud of something heavy hitting the dirt, again and again. Josh eventually stopped sleeping. He tried to destroy the card. He ripped it, he burned it, but it always came back, pristine. smirking. One final night, Josh live-streamed his placing the card in a shredder. Thousands watched on Twitch as it was torn to confetti. He smiled for the first time in weeks. Then the camera glitched. For a few seconds, the stream showed nothing but static, then darkness, then an empty dugout. When the police entered Josh's apartment the next day, they found it empty, no signs of struggle, just an open binder on his desk full of baseball cards, and the 1974 Topps card 140 was sitting on top. Kingman wasn't alone in the photo. The distorted faces in the background seemed to swirl, and over his shoulder, a new face, eyes wide, mouth forever open, in a silent scream. This year, instead of handing out candy, hand out your commons and base cards. Become the hero of your neighborhood. But better to avoid the 1974 cards.